How's it going, everybody? KSB3 here with some gaming news. Um, my friend told me this before I actually looked it up. He, tagged me in a post on one of my on my timeline on Facebook, and it was Bioshock, one of the new Bioshock DLCs that's actually not out yet, but it's out in the near future, and I just had to talk about it. So pretty much, Bioshock Infinite DLC is finally out. It's been rumored since it came out that you can actually join the senior season pass 1999 for 3 DLCs in the near future. The first DLC is out today. It's called the Clash of the Clouds. It's pretty much showing. It's pretty much like a arena type of mode. You want to say it? 15 waves of enemies and 4 new multiplayer maps. You got leaderboards. You can actually compete and uh, compete with scores of your friends and stuff like that. You have new riot phones for uh, for new characters. Pretty much this is I think the V VI phones, Vaxi phones. Yeah, I think it's Vaxi phones. Vaxi phones are pretty much these little audio journals that's within the Bioshock franchise. You pick these up and it actually tells you stories of what happened during that time limit, that time. It can be from 5 days ago to a year ago to a century ago. It's pretty much diaries that people record before they passed away, and there's actually collectibles within the Bioshock franchise, and there's new things that you can collect, which is pretty cool, and some behind the scenes video and concept art. So yeah, this DLC comes out today, and I was wondering when it was going to do a new DLC. Now, for the next DLC is coming out, I definitely have to go get the season pass. I was thinking about getting the season pass. Never thought about doing it. I thought, what else they can do for Bioshock and stuff like that. I was just thinking that. I'm a big Bioshock fan, by the way. But I got the season pass. I got the money for it. I haven't actually downloaded it yet until I actually found some more details. And I actually am about to buy it now because this next DLC seems pretty interesting. Now, it's called Brutal at Sea. It will actually take place in Rapture, the first location of Bioshock. Um, Bioshock 1 actually set this off. Bioshock is so interesting. When it first came out in 2007, it set so many boundaries. It wasn't just a shooter game. It actually take shooters to a new level. It just didn't have to be a shooter. It can actually tell a good story and then have a shooter in the perk in the background. That's pretty cool. Some mini games during that era didn't really have a good story element to it. I want I did, some did not, but majority of them didn't really have a good story mode, good story, effective story to it. Bioshock actually started that off, and it stood stand for it. Um, so in the Brutal Sea, like I said, it takes place in Rapture. Booker and Elizabeth will actually be in the game as well, so you can play as Booker, but also you can play as Elizabeth. Now, Rapture, um, Bioshock One is very interesting. All the places you can visit. Just to go back in memory lane because it says you can visit new and old places and also meet new and old friends, new people. Just visit that memorial down lane. It's pretty cool. Instead of Biggers in Columbia and Bioshock Infinite, they had plazas for Bioshock 1 and 2. You might see a little sister, may see some big daddies, may visit your old room and stuff like that. So interesting. I just want to know, they're probably going to switch it around a little bit because it will add new locations to it as well. So, a little mixed up in 1 and 2, you going back in there with new characters, these characters now, they can talk and socialize with each other, stuff like that. And, this is pretty much one reason why I had to buy this DLC. And then put a perk on there. You can play as Elizabeth. Will Elizabeth have plastics? Will she have vigors? What would she do? You probably can open tears with Elizabeth and stuff like that. Some interesting things. I just can't wait for it. Um, my next article Next news is pretty much dealing with the DLC as well. The DLC that came out today, the Clash of the Clouds, which is like an arena mode, like I talked about. One of the main reasons why this came out today is Bioshock Infinite. You know, the creator of Bioshock, he had a lot of a lot of criticism, a lot of talk about how Bioshock Infinite, the story, sort of overlapped the gameplay. There wasn't really that much gameplay in it. It's like pretty much probably 80% story, 20% uh, combat, stuff like that. Many people say that there was, um, a lot of racist and stuff, not enough intense violence. Some people said there was enough intense violence and stuff like that. It was a little debate between the two. So pretty much the Clash of the Clouds DLC was there for people who want more gameplay, more action. That's pretty much what you in the arena for. It's barely pretty much not going to be no story mode to it. You will be uh you would take on a lot of enemies, a lot of combat stuff like that. So if you're a person that like gameplay a lot, don't really worry about the story because sometimes the story mode. Many people say the story mode. On the article said the story mode actually overlapped or overshadowed the gameplay a lot. Pretty me to me, honestly, it didn't really overshadow. I think they did pretty good in the characters, the plot, the voice acting. I think they actually mashed it up pretty well. I would say it was 50-50 with the gameplay and story. Didn't really think the story actually took away. It wasn't really like Metal Gear, taking the story, take the story to long lengths and stuff like that. Now I'm saying nothing wrong with Metal Gear, but Metal Gear, its main story is pretty much where the great action is, the great stuff is at in Metal Gear during the history. So they made a good living with that franchise. So I didn't really have no things about it. I thought the gameplay and the story play pretty much matched up. So many people had some criticisms. He actually delivered it. So probably the DLC with Brutal at Sea, where you can play as Elizabeth and visit Rapture, it may have a little bit more story mode to it because you're gonna have Elizabeth and Booker there. And then the third DLC, we don't know what that's going to be about. It's pretty much a mystery down the road, probably sometime next year. So yeah. Lastly, the pre-orders are in for some of the next gen games. It's saying that Killzone Shadowfall is actually overpacing Frozen 5 and Rise for Frozen 5 and Rise are actually exclusive games for the Xbox One. Uh, Killzone Shadowfall has 30.3, Frozen 5 have 18.8, um, Rise has 13.2. You know, right now, Killzone Shadowfall is pretty much one of the biggest launcher games for PlayStation exclusively wise. You do have Knack and you do have Drive Club. It didn't really do good. Said in an article, Knack had 7.7 and Drive Club had 3.0. Uh, I guess many people wasn't interested in the game. I thought Knack would look pretty interesting. It sort of had that Crash Bandicoot type of look to it. Drive Club, it's like another shooting, another racing game. I don't know if people was interested in that or not, but yeah, it's outpacing Froza 5 and Rise. Pretty much Rise, I think, at a Froza 5 seems pretty interesting. Microsoft when they did the E3 conference, they did a lot of the way they present their games. It was pretty much all right, but two games that topped off that was pretty interesting to me was Rise and Titanfall. Nothing else didn't really say ooh ah type of games and stuff like that. Um, so other some other pre-orders. This actually video is going on too long. To wrap it up, Watch Dogs is 16.6. Is next gen, 16.6. Battlefield 3 was 54.7. Grand Theft Auto 5 was 58.4. 58.4. Watch Dogs, like I said, is near 70%. It's over Grand Theft Auto 5. That's pretty cool. Pre-orders. Watch Dogs, is a new IP for Ubisoft, and Grand Theft Auto 5, it is a massive game. These are two of the biggest games right now. So seeing Watch Dogs getting a little bit more pre-orders than Grand Theft Auto 5 is kind of shocking, but Watch Dogs is bringing something completely new. Not saying Grand Theft Auto will bring nothing new as well, but Watch Dogs, it seems pretty interesting, pretty cool, something we can all relate to. And yeah, so it's pretty cool to see, Watch Dogs is actually taking the lead a little bit. But I don't know, as in selling wise, I think Grand Theft Auto 5 has that. Pretty much all I have to say. Like, comment, subscribe, stay let me know what you guys think about new dang. Let me know what you guys think of these articles, stuff like dealing with DLC for Bioshock and the pre-order. Sorry, it's like 10 minutes long. I try to make it shorter, but I guess I lied. It's a habit in me. I had to stop doing this long videos. So like, comment, subscribe. KZV3. As always, everybody have a wonderful day. Sorry for the long video. Sorry.